No one's coming to save you. You've been waiting too long for someone to show up, for that one person, that one opportunity, that one miracle to fix your life. But no one's coming. Not your parents, not your friends, not your boss, not your circumstances. The rescue mission starts and ends with you. You are the problem and the solution, the victim and the hero, the one who broke it and the one who has to rebuild it. Life doesn't hand out mercy cards just because you've suffered. It doesn't bend for your excuses. It listens only to effort, to consistency, to grit. You can cry, you can complain, you can wish things were different, but the truth remains the same. No one's coming to save you. You can sit in your pain and tell yourself the world is unfair, or you can get up and start fighting back. Every single person who's made it out of the darkness didn't wait for a lifeline. They built one. They didn't wait for motivation. They moved without it. Because if you wait to feel ready, you'll wait forever. You'll spend your entire life standing at the edge, watching others climb while you make peace with excuses. You've got to understand something. No one owes you a thing. You are not entitled to success. You are not guaranteed happiness. Every bit of it must be earned through work, through sacrifice, through relentless discipline. The world doesn't care about your comfort. It only respects your consistency. When you start realizing that no one's responsible for your dreams except you, everything changes. You stop looking for help and you start creating results. You stop seeking validation and you start earning respect. You stop asking for opportunities and you start building them with your own two hands. You want to change your life? Then take ownership. Take complete, brutal responsibility for where you are right now. You are exactly where your effort has placed you. You are living the sum of your decisions, your actions, your habits. You can't blame anyone else. You can't keep pointing fingers when your own reflection is staring back. That's where the real growth begins, in the mirror. When you finally face the truth and stop running from it. When you admit that you've been lazy, inconsistent, distracted, soft. That's the moment transformation begins. Because when you realize no one's coming to save you, you stop waiting and start building. You start taking action even when it hurts, even when you're tired, even when nobody believes in you. You start living with a sense of urgency because you understand that time is not your friend. It's your challenge. Every second you waste is a second you'll never get back. Every excuse you make is another chain around your potential. You have to become your own savior. You have to build the discipline to drag yourself out of bed when you don't feel like it, to push yourself when you want to quit, to silence that voice that keeps whispering, take it easy. Because that voice wants to keep you ordinary. That voice wants to keep you dependent, weak, comfortable. You've got to kill that voice. Replace it with action. Replace it with movement. Replace it with proof. There will be days when it feels impossible, when it feels like the world's stacked against you. But those are the days that define you. Those are the days where you prove who you really are. It's easy to move when things are easy. It's easy to smile when life's good. But can you show up when no one claps? Can you push when no one's watching? Can you grind when there's no reward in sight? That's what separates the ones who make it from the ones who talk about it. You've got to develop a savage kind of accountability. The kind that says, I'm responsible for everything in my life. No blaming, no complaining, no waiting. Because the truth is, the moment you take ownership is the moment you take control. You stop being a passenger and become the driver. You stop hoping for change and start creating it. The grind doesn't care about your feelings. It only responds to your effort. Every rep, every early morning, every sacrifice, that's you saving yourself. That's you becoming the person you needed all along. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are not hopeless. You are simply untested. And life is waiting to see how much you're willing to endure, how much you're willing to give, how far you're willing to go when there's no one there to cheer you on. So when it gets hard, and it will get hard, remind yourself, no one's coming to save you. It's on you to get up, to move, to fight, to keep pushing until the pain becomes progress and the struggle becomes strength. The world owes you nothing, not a single thing. It doesn't owe you success, happiness, respect, or comfort. It doesn't care about your background, your struggle, or your dreams. Every ounce of progress you want in this life must be earned through sweat, pain, and relentless work. Too many people walk around acting like the world should feel sorry for them, like they deserve something just because they exist. But existence doesn't entitle you to achievement. Breathing doesn't make you special. Effort does. Discipline does. Showing up every single day when it hurts, when you're tired, when it feels pointless, that's what earns results. You see, life isn't fair. It never was, and it never will be. Some people start ahead, some people start behind, but none of that matters if you've got the will to grind. Because life doesn't reward excuses. It rewards endurance. It rewards the ones who get back up after being knocked down 100 times. You don't get what you think you deserve. You get what you work for, what you fight for, what you bleed for. The world doesn't hand you trophies for potential. It gives them to the people who grind long enough to turn potential into proof. The problem is that most people want shortcuts. They want the results without the sacrifice. They want the comfort of winning without the pain of the process. But the process is everything. The process is what builds character, what develops toughness, what separates the ordinary from the elite. You can't cheat the grind. You can't hack your way to greatness. The world doesn't care how bad you want it. It only cares how much you're willing to suffer for it. Every time you complain that life isn't fair, you give away your power. Every time you look for someone to blame, you make yourself weaker. You can spend your life waiting for opportunities, or you can build them. You can wait for luck, or you can outwork everyone until luck becomes irrelevant. The world doesn't care if you're tired, if you're struggling, if you failed before. It's going to test you anyway. It's going to push you, break you, humble you, and only those who refuse to quit will rise again. You have to understand, nobody's coming to hand you your dream. Nobody's going to open doors for you out of pity. You've got to knock those doors down yourself. You've got to create your own opportunities, your own momentum, your own future. That's what separates the talkers from the doers. Everyone says they want success until it's time to pay the price, and the price is steep. It costs your comfort, your time, your ego, your excuses. But once you start paying that price, once you start grinding when others rest, once you start bleeding for your vision, that's when you start earning. Pain is the toll you pay for progress. Every rep in the gym, every long night, every early morning, every sacrifice, it's a transaction. You're trading comfort for growth, weakness for strength, doubt for dominance. The world doesn't care about what you wish for. It only responds to what you earn. So if you want respect, earn it through consistency. If you want freedom, earn it through discipline. If you want greatness, earn it through relentless effort. The world doesn't reward wishful thinking. It rewards warriors who grind even when the odds are stacked against them. There's no entitlement in this game. There's no sympathy. You can cry, you can scream, you can curse your situation, but none of that changes reality. You still have to wake up and face yourself. You still have to put in the work. You still have to grind when nobody's watching. The ones who make it are the ones who stopped expecting life to be easy and started embracing the grind for what it is, a battle. Every day you wake up, you're stepping into the ring again. You're fighting against laziness, against fear, against doubt, against the temptation to settle. And every day you choose to keep fighting, you earn a little more of what you want. The world owes you nothing, but that's the beauty of it. Because it means everything is still on the table. It means you can build, create, and become anything if you're willing to pay the price. No handouts, no guarantees, no shortcuts. Just work, pain, sacrifice, and time. That's the formula. That's the only way forward. You've got to stop expecting easy and start earning everything with blood, sweat, and persistence. Because when you finally start putting in the work without expecting the world to reward you for it, that's when the world starts noticing. That's when the grind starts to pay off. Not because you were owed anything, but because you refuse to stop earning it. Grind through the pain. That's where growth lives. That's where strength is built, in the moments that hurt, in the moments that break you, in the moments that make you want to quit. Comfort is a killer of growth. It whispers to you, telling you to rest, to take it easy, to slow down, to stop pushing. But comfort never made anyone great. Comfort never built warriors, never created leaders, never forged champions. Growth lives in the struggle. Strength is born in the fire. And the only way to get stronger is to walk straight into the pain and keep moving no matter how much it burns. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your teacher. It's the test that asks one question: how bad do you want it? Anyone can work hard when things are easy, when life is smooth, when everything goes according to plan. But when you're tired, when you're broken, when your body screams to stop and your mind tells you it's not worth it, that's the moment that defines who you are. That's the moment where the weak fall away and the strong rise. You have to understand that pain is part of the process. You can't grow without it. You can't build without breaking. You can't evolve without sacrifice. Most people spend their lives running from pain. They look for shortcuts, for comfort, for an easier path. But the truth is, the easy path leads nowhere. The easy path keeps you small, keeps you soft, keeps you average. If you want to become something more, you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. You have to learn to smile when it hurts, to push when you're drained, to keep going when everything in you says stop. The grind isn't about feeling good. It's about doing what's necessary even when it feels impossible. There's no secret formula. There's no magic motivation waiting to strike. It's about doing the work every single day, through the pain, through the fatigue, through the frustration. Every rep, every mile, every late night, every early morning, it all adds up. Pain becomes progress. Discomfort becomes power. Every time you face the pain and refuse to quit, you're building something inside that can't be broken. The body might get tired, but the mind, once trained through pain, becomes unstoppable. The grind teaches you what you're made of. When life hits hard, when plans fall apart, when everything seems to be collapsing, the grind reminds you that you're still standing. It forces you to dig deep, to find strength you didn't know you had. You'll realize that pain doesn't destroy you. It exposes you. It shows you what you really are when there's nothing left to give. And when you survive it, when you come out the other side, you're no longer the same. You're stronger, sharper, hungrier. Pain is the price of transformation. Most people quit too early because they think pain is the sign to stop. But pain is the sign to push harder. It's the threshold between who you are and who you're meant to become. You have to train your mind to love that threshold, to chase that edge, because on the other side of pain is power, clarity, and freedom. Every second you endure it, you're earning something that comfort could never give you: resilience, the kind of resilience that can't be taught, only earned. When you wake up sore, when your mind feels heavy, when every step feels like a fight, that's when you have to remind yourself why you started. The grind doesn't care about how you feel. It only responds to what you do. You have to show up anyway. You have to push anyway. You have to bleed for it if you want to own it. Every champion, every beast, every unstoppable human you admire got there by grinding through the pain that others ran from. They suffered, they struggled, they endured, and that's why they became unbreakable. Pain is not punishment. It's preparation. It's shaping you, molding you, refining you for something greater. Every drop of sweat, every ounce of struggle, every moment of exhaustion is a part of your becoming. The grind doesn't get easier. You just get tougher. And the tougher you get, the more you start to crave the pain, because you realize that's where the growth is. That's where the change happens. That's where the real version of you begins to emerge, forged in the fire, built through the grind, and hardened through the pain you refuse to run from. Discipline over motivation. That's the truth most people don't want to hear. Everyone loves to talk about being motivated, that rush of energy, that burst of excitement, that temporary fire that makes you feel unstoppable. But here's the problem. Motivation fades. It comes and goes like the weather. It's unreliable, inconsistent, and temporary. If you rely on motivation to carry you, you'll quit the moment life gets heavy. You'll stop the second it stops feeling good. That's why discipline is everything. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. Discipline doesn't need permission. Discipline shows up no matter what. Motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going. Motivation might get you into the gym one day, but discipline is what drags you there when you're sore, when you're tired, when the last thing you want to do is move. Motivation might help you set goals, but discipline is what makes you grind for them day after day, even when the results are invisible. Discipline is what separates dreamers from doers, because everyone feels inspired when life is easy, when success feels close, when things go according to plan. But discipline is what shows up when it's dark, when you're doubting yourself, when there's no applause and no reward in sight. The truth is, discipline is not glamorous. It's not exciting. It's not supposed to be. It's repetition. It's routine. It's doing the same hard thing over and over until it becomes part of who you are. Discipline doesn't care if you're in mood. It doesn't care if it's raining, if you're tired, if you failed before. It demands that you move anyway. That's what builds strength. Not emotion, not hype, not motivation, but consistency through resistance. Most people wait until they feel ready to take action. They wait for motivation to strike, for that perfect moment when everything aligns, but that moment never comes. Discipline doesn't wait for the perfect moment. It creates it. Discipline says, I'll do it now, and I'll do it again tomorrow, and the day after that. Discipline is routine turned into power. It's effort multiplied by time. It's the quiet, invisible force that turns average people into extraordinary ones. You have to train yourself to stop depending on feelings and start depending on habits. Feelings lie. Feelings tell you to quit, to rest, to take it easy, to give up. But habits? Habits don't care about feelings. Habits are built by discipline. You have to rewire your mind to act regardless of emotion. You don't brush your teeth because you're motivated. You do it because it's what you do. You show up for your grind the same way. You do it because it's who you are, because it's part of your identity, not because you feel like it. There will be days when your energy is gone, when your mind is heavy, when the fire that once burned inside you feels dead. That's when discipline becomes your backbone. That's when it steps in and says, I don't need fire to move. I just need a reason. Discipline doesn't need to feel inspired to act. It acts because that's the standard. That's the code. That's what separates those who talk about greatness from those who live it. Motivation fades the moment the struggle begins. Discipline grows stronger through the struggle. Motivation runs when it gets hard. Discipline digs in deeper. Motivation gives you excuses. Discipline gives you results. The people who achieve anything worth having aren't the ones who wait to feel good. They're the ones who show up even when everything feels wrong. They've built a mind so strong that action becomes automatic. They don't rely on mood swings or bursts of inspiration. They rely on structure, commitment, and consistency. Every time you move without feeling like it, you strengthen your discipline. Every time you wake up early, every time you choose the grind over the couch, every time you do the work without a spark of motivation, you're building something inside that can't be shaken. Motivation makes you excited for the start. Discipline makes sure you finish. And finishing is what matters. Every step you take out of discipline, every action you repeat through fatigue, every decision you make that goes against comfort is a small victory against weakness. It's proof that you're in control, that you're not a slave to how you feel, but a master of what you do. Discipline doesn't give you a rush. It gives you results. It's quiet. It's steady. It's unrelenting. It's the thing that keeps you grinding when nobody's watching. The thing that carries you through when the excitement is gone. The thing that builds you when the world thinks you've stopped. Motivation might start the engine, but discipline drives the distance. Because when the fire's gone, when the hype disappears, when all that's left is you and the grind, discipline is what keeps you moving forward, no matter how heavy the road becomes. Dominate the day. Every sunrise is a new chance, a new test to prove you're not average. The moment your eyes open, the clock starts ticking, and the question hits you. What are you going to do with this day? Most people wake up already defeated, already making excuses, already scrolling through their phones looking for distractions. But not you. You're here to dominate. You're here to show that you've got more inside you than anyone expects, that you're willing to give what others won't, to push where others stop, to rise when others rest. Every single day is a battlefield, and you either conquer it or get conquered by it. The truth is, average people waste their mornings, and in doing so, they waste their lives. They talk about goals, They dream about success, but they never execute. They let comfort set the tone for the day, and comfort becomes their cage. But those who dominate the day know something different. They know that success is built in the small hours, in the quiet decisions nobody sees. It's built when you choose to rise instead of roll over. It's built when you move with purpose instead of waiting for motivation to strike. Because every sunrise is an opportunity, and the ones who seize it are the ones who build momentum while the rest of the world sleeps. You've got to wake up with intent. The day won't hand you progress. You've got to take it. You've got to attack the morning like it owes you something, like there's no tomorrow, like this is your only shot. When you move with that mindset, everything changes. You stop living reactively and start living deliberately. You stop being a passenger in your own life and start driving it. You stop drifting through time and start dominating every second of it. Domination doesn't mean arrogance. It doesn't mean shouting or showing off. It means mastery. It means control. It means refusing to let circumstances dictate your pace or your effort. It means deciding that no matter what happens, you will outwork, outlast, and outgrind whatever stands in your way. Most people let the day control them. The weather, their mood, their schedule, their excuses. But the ones who dominate the day control their response. They show up the same way, whether it's raining or shining, whether they're winning or losing, whether they feel like it or not. That's how power is built. Through consistency, through structure, through the relentless pursuit of improvement. You can't dominate the day if you start it with weakness. You can't conquer the world if you can't conquer the morning. That first hour sets the tone for everything. How you start determines how you finish. You've got to wake up hungry, disciplined, and focused. Don't wait for the mood to hit you. Create it. Get up. Move, sweat, push, plan. Build momentum before the world even knows you're awake. When you win the morning, you build a mindset of control. You train your brain to understand that you're in charge, not your emotions, not your comfort, not your excuses. There will be days when the weight of life hits hard, when you wake up exhausted, unmotivated, and broken. But those are the days that define you. Those are the days where domination truly begins. Not when you feel strong, but when you push through weakness. It's easy to perform when you're inspired. It's discipline that carries you when the fire's gone. Every day is a test of will, and every sunrise is your chance to prove that you're not built like everyone else. The world expects you to be average. It expects you to settle, to slow down, to follow the same path as everyone else. But you've got more inside you, more strength, more hunger, more resilience. The question is whether you're willing to show it, whether you're willing to outwork everyone around you until your effort becomes undeniable. Because domination isn't about one big moment of glory. It's about stacking wins one sunrise at a time. It's about showing up, doing the work, and setting a standard that most people can't match. You dominate the day by owning your time. You protect your focus like your life depends on it, because it does. You stop wasting energy on distractions, on negativity, on things that don't serve your mission. You become laser focused on progress, on getting just a little better than yesterday. That's how you build momentum that can't be stopped. That's how you create separation between yourself and everyone else who's still waiting for the right time to start. Every morning you have two choices: rise with purpose or fall into routine. Most people choose routine because it's safe, predictable, and easy. But safety kills growth. Predictability kills hunger. If you want to be exceptional, you've got to live differently. You've got to attack each day like it's your last, because one day it will be. You've got to move like your future depends on today's effort, because it does. When you start treating every sunrise as an opportunity to dominate, you stop drifting and start becoming the person you were meant to be.